Hi, I'm Louisa Jennings. I'm 25 and I'm a Scripture Union High School chaplain. High school chaplains do a variety of different things, and it depends what school they're at, kind of how it looks. If you're like a cool buff boy, you do kind of sporty stuff with the kids, and if you're like me who's not like that, then you might do counselling or pastoral care of the kids. So that's what I do a lot of the time, do a lot of one-on-one appointments with kids during school hours, and during lunchtime do programs with the kids, explain what Christianity is like, stuff like that. It's huge needs in the schools. A lot of kids come to me, a lot of suffering from broken families. It's just a huge epidemic in Australian society, and particularly in this area as well. There's a lot of fatherless kids who are struggling to know where they fit in life. A lot of kids, massive spiritual hunger. Just heaps and heaps of kids wanting to know more about God, but not enough workers to tell them who He is, that He loves them, that He cares for them. And I don't have time to do appointments with all the kids who want to see me. So that's how huge it is.
Well, predominantly it's making disciples is their passion. So that affects a whole bunch of stuff, like our youth group, which Brooke will tell you about in a minute, called Element. We have discipleship groups called life transformation groups, but I'm sure Alicia will tell you about that. Monday morning I go to the local primary school and I teach religious education, or RE as it's affectionately known, to about 90 or 100 Year 6 students. An incredible opportunity. Really, under sort of the discipleship thing, there's a whole lot of pastoral counselling, hanging out with guys and having a hamburger and catching up and spending some ministries. Well,
alright, I have to talk to you about our youth group, which we have every Friday night and have been running since April last year, is that right? So about a year and a half now, and we've had kids that have been with us since the very start. So we run it for grade 5 to 7s, and we basically have 2 hours with them each week, and we split it up into just kind of games, I guess, just mucking around time at the start, and then we always eat dinner with the kids as well. Every week we also have a teaching time.
one of the other things with Element that we're working on this year too that's pretty important is that we're looking at connecting with mums and dads more. We have 30, maybe more, 30 families on the books that we know their details, and we're in touch with them, and more than half have no church family. And a lot of the kids will actually consider Element church. All right, you may.
LTG is a life transformation group where we commit to praying together and to reading the Bible and to answering really blunt questions like, have we been honouring and understanding in our important relationships this week? And have we been talking about people behind their back or to their face? And have we been angry and that sort of stuff? So it involves being really, really honest and accountable. And it's been a really good growth time. So that's great. So that the goal is that you keep getting more people involved and then splitting up into more groups. So there's subgroups everywhere, which I'm...
Probably, I think, from looking around, you see that a lot of people are really searching. But I think that's world over, but there's been a particular upsurgence in Australian culture of people searching for some sort of spiritual answer to their questions. A real lot of people looking at new age stuff, a lot of witchcraft and that sort of stuff comes through, fueled by TV and that sort of thing. But that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, it's always been a thing in Australia, but you're finding people now who are coming of age, young people who are searching for something spiritual. They're not just saying it's either church or nothing, they're looking elsewhere. And I think that's probably where modern Australia's at. It's a culture of looking, but not really knowing where to get it. You know, you've got whole families and generations that have never ever been to church, and I think that's probably a big part of it. There's people who are searching for something. You know, there's millions of shops selling all sorts of things about witchcraft and how-to and Egyptology books, and you've got these shops popping up in most shopping centres now where they're selling crystals and healing and all this sort of stuff, and they're looking for some sort of spirituality. So you go to a town and you go to a place and you find a group of people who are searching, and you find a way to connect with them. I think that's what we need to do as ministers, not necessarily say, let's build a church and they'll come. Is if you go to an area, say, where is a need in this community? Where are people searching for something more than what they have? That's where I need to go.
Right, and we might say, cut.